It's that time of year again that you Moongoons have come to fear. That little green man has come back, so his gold you better not jack. For if you do, he'll tease, he'll rhyme, he'll mock, and then he'll shoot you with his motherfucking Glock.
Whoa, stop, cut,
What?
Stop. Hey, I'm sorry, it's a new age, new time. Everything's gotta be canceled due to concerns with the coronavirus. No podcast talking about Leprechaun 5, Leprechaun in the Hood, until further notice. Sorry.
What the fuck, man? Anyway, we watched Leprechaun 5 in the Hood. We watched it so you don't have to, so you know what time it is.
Horror, so bad and scary. Splitting up is never okay. Plot, who needs it? Don't turn on the lights. Cars don't ever start, but that's alright. Running upstairs instead of out the door. Good acting, what do we need that for? Horrible horror, so bad and scary. Enjoy the show, but not really.
Greetings, Moongoons, or should I say top of the morning to you. Let's touch the blondie stone and get ready for our St. Paddy's Day episode. This is the Horrible Horror Podcast, the podcast where we watch the worst of the worst in horror movies. Movies so bad, they're scary. I'm your host, Mr. Marshall Hampton. With me, as always, is my buddy, my co-host, Mr. Aaron Southworth. Aaron, how are you doing on this lovely day?
It is St. Patrick's Day weekend, my friend. I do a horrible Irish accent, and I hope you're enjoying it.
Oh, there ain't gonna be a St. Paddy's Day weekend because the shit is the
Canceled.
world is canceled.
The world
basically.
is canceled.
World is canceled. But you know what's not canceled? Horrible Horror Podcast is still here. So if you get quarantined and you're a sick motherfucker, you know what you can do? You can just binge listen to our podcasts and just that will keep you busy and keep your mind off your horrible illness.
Yeah, because we have this is our 196th.
100, yeah, I think so.
196. That's not including bonus. That's
Yeah,
not including
not including the bonus
interviews. Yeah, so we got quite a catalog. You can always listen to it on all the platforms. All the platforms.
All them goodies.
Yeah, we're out there.
So yeah, like I said, this for St. Paddy's Day, we are doing as always. Or I shouldn't say as.
You know what it is? As always,
Yeah,
every single St. Patrick's Day, we've done a Leprechaun movie.
So,
and I kind of like that. I kind of want to just keep that. We didn't do it in order.
No,
fuck that.
Well, I did suggest we do 3 this year, but we kind of skipped that. It's like, fuck it,
we fucked it up last year because we did Leprechaun 1, Leprechaun
2, and then I was gonna do Leprechaun 3 last year too, but then returned.
Yeah,
so like, let's do it because I was like kind of fresh at that time. Like it just come out, so let's do that. And now we're just like, fuck it, the order's out, so let's just jump straight to In the Hood.
In the Hood.
Leprechaun 5. This was released on March 28th of 2000. Written by Mark Jones, William Wells, Alan Reynolds, Rob Sparrow, Doug Hall, and John Hoffman.
Wait,
so you know right off the bat, when you have that many cooks in the kitchen, the writing is going to be great, right? Isn't how it is? The more writers you have, the better it is.
Of course, yeah.
It's directed by Rob Sparrow too. He's directed movies like Call Girl. He's done 5 episodes of a softcore porn show called Hotline. He did a movie called Midnight Temptations 2, Sexual Predator, so you kind of see a theme with him.
Yeah.
But then he did Bloody Murder 2, Closing Camp, another independent horror movie as well. This movie, you can find it on Amazon Prime, YouTube, iTunes, Google Play, Vudu, and Hulu.
Didn't this go straight to video?
Straight to video.
Yeah.
This was a straight to video one. Really not much else to say about this right now. The cast... of course, Leppy, Leprechaun, he's played by Warwick Davis again. Warwick Davis is still holding tight to this role. And the only other person worth mentioning in the cast is Mac Daddy, played by none other than the man, the cop killer, Ice-T. Ice motherfucking T. So yeah, Ice-T is in this fucking movie.
And good for him. He actually brings the little bit of life in this movie.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for Ice-T, I think I don't even know if this would be made.
Oh God, I don't know. I like to see maybe replace Ice-T with like Sir Mix-a-Lot or something. I don't know. But yeah, So that's it. This is going to be Aaron episode this week.
And guess what? I took
one.
shitty notes, so enjoy that.
Yeah, enjoy a shitty. It's a shitty movie, so it's
shitty notes.
Shitty notes.
So I'm going to be consulting you a lot, Marshall. I'm just going to be like,
I'll do my best. I only watched this once, and that was like at the beginning of the week.
Really? I did watch it twice.
Okay, at least you got that.
Well,
I didn't have time.
Let me rephrase that. 1.5 times.
1.5 times. It's been a shitty week for the two of us. We've had a very hard week, and we did not have much time to really focus on extracurricular things like the show.
I think the nation also is having really shitty times too.
But I'm not talking like we're sick or anything, but I'm like, we just have a lot of personal stuff going on. It has nothing to do with the virus or anything going on out there. Just
COVID-19.
A lot of shit going on this week.
COVID-19 sounds like one of the robots from Mortal Kombat. Like there's
Cyrex and Sector.
Sector, COVID-19.
Or an android from Dragon Ball Z.
Yes.
They were on numbers.
Yes.
Android 18, 17, 19.
And
Android 18 was hot, man. She was a hot blonde android. Like that's an android you could get it on.
She kind of reminded me of one of my high school girlfriends.
Really?
Yeah. If you remember Micah.
Oh yeah, I was trying to think I'm like, man, maybe.
Yeah. Except she sucked. She wasn't fun.
Yeah, I was gonna say Android 18 would be more fun.
Yeah.
But anyway, sorry if Mike, if you ever actually hear this. But yeah, all right. So but
she was a very good looking gal.
Yeah,
she was. She was very
in celebration, we do have our Irish.
Oh yeah, I need to fucking open these.
Our drinks of the week, and we have Aaron brought in
some Red Breast
Irish whiskey.
Yeah, and this is a special edition Red Breast for any of those Irish whiskey drinkers. It's a single pot. This is the sherry finish. So these are aged in sherry barrels.
All right.
So they have a little hint of snobbery to it.
And then Aaron, you also brought in 2 cans of the special Guinness Drought Stout, which apparently is supposed to like make some kind of crazy.
So you ready to open them?
Scare you to death sound when you open it.
It's not scare you to death, but let's all pop it open.
Oh. Oh, that's a fun little sound.
Yeah. Cheers.
Cheers.
Or what the Irish say?
Aaron go ball.
Aaron go ball. Like for cheers, don't they say? Fucking.
Fuck, I don't remember.
It's not skull.
No, skull is like more Norwegian.
Scandinavian, yeah.
Scandinavian, Norwegian, yeah. So I'm gonna try my Irish whiskey out. Guys have been sitting in ice that's getting watered down because we did our first bracketology results for this year's tournament before we record this one. So my whiskey's been sitting in a rocks glass and the ice is starting to melt.
And we did finish our first round of our Horrible Horrors March Movie Madness Tournament of Awfulness.
Yeah,
so
you got it. All right.
If you want to listen to what our thoughts after the first round, check out our Patreon. It's Patreon exclusive. We kind of talk about the first round, how it broke out, what our surprises was, but still you can kind of keep track of who the winners are and who the losers are on our social media. So follow us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, and guys, honestly, one way if you really want to help us out, if you can't do Patreon, if you don't want to, I get it, but just give us a 5-star review. Tell a friend. That really helps out the show.
I didn't want to say this. I thought about it, but at the same time, I might fuck it. I just brought it up, so I didn't. But I think 5 stars. Like I was curious the other day, so I was on iTunes, like, let's look up our own site and see what we're at. We got some asshole out there gave us our first 1-star review.
All right.
What motherfucker out and didn't leave a comment, just left. So no comment, just left 1 star and ruined our streak of like 5 stars.
What a fuckface!
Yeah, no, he didn't even have the balls. Didn't
have the balls
to own up to it.
I don't mind getting a 1 star. That's fine.
I know we're not for everybody.
If we're not your cup of tea. But if you're going to give us 1 star, if you're going to have the balls and audacity to actually leave a ranking on iTunes, fucking back it up. Let us know why.
Yeah, exactly. He didn't. There was no comment about it, just a 1.
He probably just didn't want the Moon Goons coming at him.
Yeah, the Moon Goon Army coming strong.
Fuck yeah.
All right, with that said, let's move on. Let's let Aaron go ahead and take away Leprechaun 5 in the Hood.
So Leprechaun 5 in the Hood is... It's horribly edited. Let me just put it that way to start off, because they have an intro. The very beginning of it is we get kind of a breakdown of Leprechaun. It's the same intro they did in number 1. When he's walking through like the corridor and he's walking down, it's like some cavernous place, and he's basically saying, "I've got me gold, don't take it from me," and it's the same exact one. So it's kind of like just again laying the groundwork that this is a Leprechaun movie and he's gonna fuck you up if you take his gold. So don't do it. Now I have not seen Leprechaun 3, in Vegas.
I've seen it.
But I don't think the ending has anything to do with what happens to him in the beginning of this one.
Yeah, that's one thing I can say for sure. It's been a long time since I've seen Leprechaun 3, but Leprechaun 3, for you who doesn't know, he's in Vegas at that point, and yeah, he dies somehow in Vegas.
Sure.
But now in this one, he's basically...
Yeah, let me tell you how it happens.
He's somehow
still alive, somehow still around.
He's not really alive. He's been turned to stone.
He's been turned to stone because
he's underground. He's been turned to stone. Like, he looked at Medusa, and he somehow found his way as a stone statue to some underground area in like Compton, in LA or something like that. Yeah.
So we open with Ice-T and this other. He's called Mac Daddy. Mac Daddy Onassis.
Yes. Yeah, because Black Irish. You gotta get that in there.
I did like how they did explain how he got the name Onassis, because he used to own asses because he was a pimp.
Yeah.
So I kind of like
that. That was pretty good. That was pretty good. But so, we cannot neglect to mention or talk about Ice-T's amazing afro in this opening scene.
The fro is on point.
It is gigantic.
It's huge. So you're thinking that they're dressed like in the 70s. Totally like stereotypical pimp 70s dress, leather jackets, platform shoes, but giant afros. Because, yeah. There's even a fake kind of Shaft theme.
Yeah, but hip hop and rap wasn't even a thing in the 70s.
I know that.
That's why it doesn't make sense. Like,
here we go.
All right.
So it's definitely the 70s. Because they're dressed in 70s outfits, 70s clothes, with fucking 70s fros. But they're downstairs looking around trying to find something, and they're looking for the gold. And sure enough, it's Ice-T and this guy named Slug is his partner.
Slug.
Ice-T gets upset after he sees an old hamburger and a case of Colt 54.
Couldn't get the rights to Colt 45 because that's such a high... such a prestigious liquor.
Billy D. Williams only.
We can't get Colt 45, so let's change
it to Colt 54. And he's so upset that he couldn't get actual Colt 45. He throws his partner Slug against the wall, but he smashes down through the wall. But what he sees, he's like, holy shit. Looks up, and like Marshall said earlier, there's Leprechaun frozen in a green statue with a fucking bling bling necklace on. He has this big fucking gold amulet.
Like a rapper's it's a rap chain or something like that.
At his feet, at the statue's feet, is a big pot of gold.
Yes.
So Ice-T's like, yeah, and Slug is running in. They're excited. They're pumped up. But Ice-T, he comes up to it, and he looks through the gold, and he finds this golden flute. And he picks it up and goes, this is all I need. Yeah, Slug, just gather up the rest. As Slug is gathering up the rest, Ice-T is looking at this flute. But Slug, he can't help it, man. He's captivated by that bling bling medallion. And that's the first fucking thing he goes for, and he takes it off of Leprechaun. Now, when he does this, Leprechaun comes to life. He comes out of his stone hibernation.
De-stone arises?
De-stoned?
De-stoned? Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. He's sobered up. He sees Slug grabbing his gold, and he's just like, you don't take me gold. And he's walking towards Slug, and as he's walking towards Slug, Slug drops the amulet onto a board that's propped up.
Yes.
Leprechaun corners Slug. We don't see it. We hear Slug screaming as we're looking at Ice-T, who's looking confused. Slug turns around the corner with his afro pick plunged into his neck. And I do love it. Even Ice-T just goes, ugh. As looking at it. Because it's so funny because the pick is barely in his neck. It just looks like it's hanging on. Slug falls over dead. Leprechaun sees... Ice-T.
I will say, even though we don't get to see the special effects or the actual killing, that is a first that we've seen death by Afro pick.
Death by Afro pick. Yeah, that is a first. That is a first at Horrible Horror. I'll drink to that.
All right.
Cheers.
Cheers.
All right. There's going to be a lot of drinking in this episode, guys. So Ice-T's like, oh, fuck. He pulls out his fucking Glock, and he's ready to pop a cap in Leprechaun's ass. But Leprechaun's got his crazy set of unpredictable, unexplained powers.
Yep.
He's able to heat the gun up in Ice-T's hand so hot, he drops it. Ow! And then he uses force powers and knock Ice-T back into a corner.
Yep.
He's coming up to Ice-T, who's down and out for the count. He looks like he's about to get killed by Leppy. As he approaches, he looks down, and he's in kind of an underground area, and there's some piping that says steam release. Ice-T hits it, steam rises, blasts Leppy in the face. Ah! Leppy goes stumbling back. As he falls, he hits that propped-up piece of wood that the amulet was on. It flies in the air and lands perfectly around Leppy's neck, turning him back to stone.
Okay, wait a minute. I gotta say something. Now, I don't want to spoil it if it's coming up. But there's got to be more of that. Did we miss the part where, because at one point down here, talking about that afro, Ice-T pulls an entire mini baseball bat out of his afro and clobbers Leppy with it.
I completely went over that part.
That's the best part of this.
It is the best part.
He pulls out an entire baseball bat from his afro and clobbers Leppy with it like he's fucking Mark McGuire.
So he has his hand burned, he drops the gun, and he reaches into his afro and he pulls out a switchblade. He pulls out the switchblade, and Leppy uses his force powers to knock the switchblade out. And then he reaches in, like you said, he pulls a fucking baseball bat out of his fro. And he fights with Leppy, but Leppy gets it out of his hand, and he starts reaching into his fro with both hands, like looking for something else. And he can't find it. I completely forgot about that. How do you forget
about a baseball bat coming out of a fro?
That is a fantastic part.
It's like the best part of the movie. It's so fucking ridiculous.
It is God. Really good, though.
Well, there's another ridiculous part later, but yeah, both of them involving Ice-T, but yeah, go on.
Well, thank you for reminding me of that, because I just, like I said, bad notes. Oh, God.
Yeah, I wasn't going to forget that one. That was too good.
That was so fucking funny. Oh, God. All right, so now, he's out. Leprechaun's frozen, Ice-T wins. We fast forward to modern day, or the years 2000. It's supposed to be present day, and here we meet our three aspiring rappers. They're auditioning for a chance to get on this competition where they can go to Vegas and make it big in the hip hop world. While they're performing, Marshall, I got a question for you. You used to DJ.
Okay.
Yeah, but I mean, you've DJ'd a few parties and things like that.
Yeah, college. That was in my college years. Yeah.
Have you ever had the problem of your equipment exploding and knocking two people off the stage and smashing through tables like a fucking TLC match? Because that's what happens.
Yeah, that shit happens, man. That's the risk of the DJ life, man. That's the price you pay. I mean, that happened to me at a sorority party. I was on my ones and my twos, and I was doing my thing, and then it just fucking exploded. Sorority went flying into the wall, knocked itself unconscious.
Bitches flying everywhere.
No, shit don't fucking happen. Your equipment doesn't fucking explode for no reason.
They're in the middle of their hip hop set. The guys are like, yeah. All of a sudden, boom, explode. Like their equipment explodes.
Like, your fucking mix board isn't going to explode. It's like what? I don't even know what would possibly even.
And they flew off the stage through tables. And then they get up like, hey, sorry about that. What'd you think of our rap?
Okay, first let's talk about this rap. I wish I had the audio for this, but again, long, bad week. I didn't get a chance to capture the audio. But I went back and was like, the rap's not that bad, but it's still, and then like, oh, this sucks. But let's, at first part, our main three guys are...
Postmaster P.
Yeah, I was going to save him for last, but yeah. Postmaster P.
is kind of our good-natured leader.
Then you have Stray Bullet and Butch. Now, Postmaster P.
I think he looks like Cam Newton. He went on to quarterback for the Carolina Panthers.
The P stands for positivity because he's like the Skee-Lo or Will Smith where he's just rapping happy lyrics.
Because he's Postmaster P. He delivers a positive message.
Yep, that's it.
Oh.
Okay. All right. So.
And then his partner in crime is Stray
Bullet.
Bullet.
Yeah. Like, I'm delivering positive, but your partner is Stray Bullet.
You want to talk about yin and yang, motherfucker.
Yeah. Like, Jesus Christ. Maybe it should be safeties on or something like that. I don't know.
Rubber bullets.
Blank. I don't know, but Stray Bullet is not a positive. Does not go with positivity.
And then there's Butch. He's just like kind of like this chubby, schlubby.
Yeah, but he's like kind of the anti-stereotype. He's like he's supposed to be like super smart.
Yeah, he's
like oh, he knows like chemistry and all these like engineering and all this stuff. But then he's still like motherfucking N-word and I'm like okay.
They drop a lot of N-words.
A lot of N-words.
Holy shit.
A lot of N-words.
Man, they drop a lot of N-words in this movie.
Yep.
They do not hold back.
No, they did not.
So
come on, you got motherfucking Ice-T in there. Of course you're not holding back.
That's true. So after the explosion, the guys there are just like, fuck you, we're going to send you a bill. You know, they're like, give us one more chance. Like, okay, if you can fix your equipment, if you can, you'll have one more chance. So they're walking through the alley talking about how they're going to fix it. They can't figure it out. And they stumble across. They look over. They go, oh, look, there's Mac Daddy Onassis. And that's where you find out how he got his name. And apparently Mac Daddy Onassis now, modern day, is fucking, pimped out. It looks like he's got gold. He's got a Mercedes. He's got a security guard driver. He's hitting it big time. He's the owner of this record label.
He's like Master P at this point.
Yeah.
He's a mogul.
He's a hip-hop mogul.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a hip-hop mogul. As he's driving past the three aspiring rappers, he stops and says, he talks to them. They give him a tape, and he's like, you know what? Fuck it. You guys look hungry. He actually is kind of sympathetic towards them. He's like, guys, get in. Don't waste my fucking time, but I'm going to give you a chance. They go back to Mac Daddy's, I guess, hip-hop lair, or his office.
Yeah.
His penthouse. Yeah, very well good way of saying it. His penthouse. And in his penthouse, in a glass case, in the middle of this big penthouse, is the Leprechaun frozen in stone, encased in glass, with his big fucking medallion on.
Yep.
Ice-T's listening to their hip-hop album, and, he's like, you know what? I think we got something we can work with here, but there's one thing I gotta change. And they're like, what's that? And he just smashes the tape and crumbles it all up and throws it against the wall. And he's like, we gotta change this image. He's like,
fuck this positivity bullshit.
Yeah.
I want guns and murder and hoes and sucking dicks and blah, blah, blah.
So funny the way he put it. He's like, I'm not about this hate, saving the hood shit. I'm about, smack your bitch up, shoot your homeboy in the face, killing people with Uzis.
Yeah.
My favorite is when he said, shoot your homeboy in the face. I'm like, damn, Ice-T, that's cold.
I mean, shoot your, rival gangster in the face.
Yeah.
But your homeboy? Shoot your friend in the face?
But I love the way Ice-T's delivering it with just such a... I love Ice-T.
Everybody loves Ice-T, I
But
think.
What is it about Ice-T? He always looks like he's in his mid-40s.
Yeah.
Even when he was like 21, he looked like he was 45. And now when he's like 60, he looks like he's 45. This guy just has stayed the same age.
It's that hood life, man. It aged you quick, and then he just, I guess...
But then he got the comfy life, and he stopped aging.
Yeah.
Once he made it,
yeah.
He just stopped aging. So he tells you guys change your image.
Magic leprechaun flute, man.
Yeah, you gotta change your image. Stray Bullet's like, yeah, we can do it. But Postmaster P, he's like, I don't know. And since he's on the fence, being a little bitch, Ice-T's like, that's it. You're wasting my time. Get the fuck out. I don't have time for anybody who's going to be on the fence. It's either yes or no. Get the fuck out. But before he did that, he did get a phone call, which I fucking loved. This phone call of someone I guess he's having beats with. He's like, you don't have it? You don't have my money? Well, I hope you had sex last night, because I'm going to come over, chop your dick off, feed it in my pits, and when the shit comes out of that dog's ass, I'm going to set it on fire.
Great fucking line.
I know.
I hope to God Ice-T improvised that line.
Me too.
I hope that was an improvised Ice-T line. Because I believe he would say that.
Yeah, and the problem is I believe he would do that, too.
Exactly.
And that's when he hung up the phone and goes, what do you want to do? And they're like, I don't know. And he's like, get out of my office. He insults him. He's like, I'm going to smack you upside your head like I did your mom, blah, blah, blah. And, of course, you don't disrespect the black man's mother or else he's going to get pissed. So, they go storming out of the office. They're pissed off. We cut to... So we cut to the guy, our three hoodlums. I guess they're not hoodlums. Our three rappers. Our three rappers on the roof of an apartment.
Yeah,
and they are pissed. They're just pissed that they got stood up, and they're talking about Oh no, I'm sorry. I apologize. No, fuck it. Yeah.
As far as I remember, yeah, there's not much. If you're skipping something, not anything important.
They're bitching about how they got dissed by Ice-T. What we gonna do for money? Earlier, they tried to pawn off a electric guitar that what they said was signed by Jimi Hendrix to a pawn shop owner, and also a Chinese guy. But that was to no avail. Those are two minor characters, but they come back later, so I had to mention them. But they're planning. The plan is, so Stray Bullet says, "Fuck it, we have to take matters into our own hands." What we have to do is rob Ice-T. He's got all that shit in his penthouse. He's got to have money when he's out. He's going to be out tonight. I'm pretty sure he's going to be out. It's Friday night. We're going to rob him. And Postmaster P is just like, I'm not in on that. I'll see y'all on Judge Judy.
I'm not doing that, man. I'm about positivity. I'm not going to do that. And I love the idea, like, the fact that this is a genius plan. You just, like who comes up the other? Let's rob the guy who we just heard threaten to do about cutting off his dick and feeding it to his pit bull and setting it on fire and shit, when it comes out of shit. Like, let's rob that guy. Are you serious?
No shit.
Like, that's like the line. Like, nope. I'll go rob like a liquor store or something before I rob that guy.
Well, that was Stray Bullet's thing. He didn't want to rob from anyone. He wanted to rob someone who was bad. And they said it's like Robin the Hood. It's like Robin Hood, but no, we're robbing in the hood.
Yeah.
So that's why their target is...
I get that. I'm sorry, it's the hood. There's plenty of probably bad guys there to rob. Not the guy who just heard threatening to chop someone's dick off and feed it to his dogs. Who has like armed security and is armed to the teeth. Like, find somebody else to rob in the hood.
But yeah, Postmaster P is not on it. But Stray Bullet says, hey, we're doing it tonight. Meet us here. This is happening.
Yeah.
Sure enough, we see Postmaster P.
Didn't take long to change his mind.
Nope.
Did not take very long.
They all meet up, and it was really weird when they had this meetup because they're like, yeah, motherfucker, yeah. And I love you. Yeah. I love you too. Motherfucker, yeah. I love you. It's really weird.
But at the same time, like, describing here makes me like that scene more because it's like, it's kind of it's a little bit of good humor there because you're supposed to have these hardened thug type people who are like, yeah, man, like, I love you too, man. There's a little bit of humor there, but yeah, it's funny.
So off they go to Ice-T's penthouse while he's out. Ice-T's not there, and they're rifling through all this stuff, looking for some kind of gold or money or things that are going on. While Stray Bullet and Postmaster P are rifling through all the stuff, Butch, the smart one of the crew, is setting up fucking explosives.
Where the fuck did they get explosives in the hood?
Like little C4 explosives, like small, compact, remote-controlled explosives.
Yeah. This guy is the fucking Black MacGyver of the hood, man. I swear to God.
And he also rocks a sweater vest.
Yes, he does.
You remember that style? The late 1990s, early 2000s?
Yep.
Sweater vests.
I did that myself once or twice.
I also did rock a sweater vest from time to time. And I remember...
Shirt underneath, sweater vest on top.
Dude, I remember doing...
It had to be oversized, too.
A little bit, yeah.
Sweater top.
And I remember even thinking, this is stupid.
Yeah. I know, everyone's just like, I guess. We're like, yeah, I'll do it too. I wear like a shirt. I had this navy blue, like slightly oversized sweater vest, and I'm wearing like, all right, and the whole time like,
with like khakis,
with like my baggy khakis.
Yes.
I'm like, yeah, this is it. All right, this is the style. Like this, and the whole time like, I feel like a fucking idiot.
Yeah, I know. I don't
like it. Why is this popular? Why am I doing this?
I did it a handful of times too.
I did like 2-3 times. Like, no, I can't do this.
I don't like this.
Too stupid. Way too stupid.
Oh, that was such horrible fashion.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a little timepiece. It's like you always hear about 80s fashion. This is late 90s, early 2000s.
We might have a picture of me in that sweater vest because I think, I could be mistaken, but one night when we were at my, years and years ago, it was like early 20s, we were probably partying in my parents' basement. And I hope my parents never hear this. I hope it might, but anyway, I think it was a night, we were doing, we smoked weed, and you were rolling it off a framed picture of my dad on the sailing boat, and like you and I picture, and like it was a picture of you, and I'm like sitting my going, yeah, and like I think I'm wearing that fucking sweater vest in that picture when we were smoking
remember
weed.
that now. I remember that now because I remember it was like a summer day. And I was like,
summer day, I'm wearing a fucking sweater vest. Yeah, that's another reason. Like, this is too hot.
So back to the robbery.
Back to the Leprechaun hood. Sorry for that.
So he's setting up these small explosives on the Leprechaun statue to blow it open. I don't know why they just can't smash the glass, but whatever.
Yeah.
Unless it's like thick glass, who knows? But
so
as he's setting everything up, Ice-T comes back unexpectedly by himself. He's like, "What the fuck is going on?" Postmaster P has a gun and he's pointing it at Ice-T. He's shining the light in Ice-T's face. He can't really see. And before you can even find out what's going on, Butch says, "Fire in the hole!" And he blows up the Leprechaun statue. That scares Postmaster P, and bang! He shoots Ice-T in the chest, dead center. Ice-T falls down, seemingly dead.
Yep.
And I'm like, oh my god, did they kill Ice-T already?
You bastard!
Yes, I was like, fuck this movie.
Kill Ice-T!
Oh my god, they killed Ice-T!
You bastard!
So they scramble, they grab everything they can, but before they go running off, they gotta take off that amulet. That was the whole reason they blew that whole thing off.
Yeah.
So they take the amulet off of Leprechaun, and they're trying to make their way out the door, but then you hear Leprechaun perk up, say, "Oh, I see you're all good, and robbing in the hood, and taking my gold, I'm gonna step on your dick," or whatever he says. You know, I don't know.
I wish you would have said that! I wish that so much! Oh my god, that'd be great! Rhyme, and just fuck the rhyme. I'm gonna step on your dick.
It says something like that.
I wish that. I want that in the movie so bad now.
So our three boys turn around. They see Leprechaun. They're all armed to the teeth, and they're like, "Fuck it!" Boom, 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 and they're just blowing Leppy apart, just blowing him to pieces. But he's kind of laughing, and he finally falls down. I mean, his arm gets blown off, pieces get blown off.
I don't remember that part.
Yeah, his arm gets blown off, and then the boys run away. Leppy's sitting there recovering, and while he's recovering, we pan over to Ice-T, who is alive, and he scrapes himself up the ground, and he looks under his shirt, and one of his many gold medallions has blocked the bullet, and he's alive. Thank God. Because if Ice-T was no longer in this movie, it was going to be a rough fucking ride. So Ice-T's alive, thank God. While he's getting up, he looks over, and there's fucking Leprechaun. Leprechaun's spitting more rhymes and threatening to step on dicks. And Ice-T just runs off. He sees him and just runs away. He's like, "Hey, where's my gold?" Blah, blah, blah. And, you know, Ice-T runs downstairs. Downstairs is like his club. So I guess he's on top of a club. He runs downstairs into the bathroom, and he's like, "Oh, okay, get a hold of yourself. Get a hold of yourself, man. Okay. The fuck is going on?"
Yes, this bathroom scene is one of the best scenes in the movie.
Yes,
this scene is so bonkers, but it's awesome.
And then all of a sudden, there's Leprechaun. He just pops up next to him, and before he pops up, Ice-T's trying to relax, trying to get a hold of. He lights up a joint.
Yeah, I gotta relax. I gotta calm my nerves. So I'm gonna light this joint up.
And Leprechaun pops up. Interesting aroma. And he just kind of looks at him and slowly passes him the joint.
So Ice-T and Leprechaun are sharing a joint in a bathroom and talking, and it's amazing. Oh my, it's so surreal, but like, oh, yeah. I love it.
He's like, oh, that's an interesting blend. He's like, it's not blend, it's the bomb. He's like, the bomb? Takes another hit. And, oh, yeah, the bomb.
It's so, what?
So good.
It's so crazy, but it's so good. It's so fucking stupid. But I love it.
Leprechaun's not going to be buddy-buddy. He's not going to be buddy-buddy. He's passing the joint back to Ice-T. Ice-T's like, okay, maybe it's not so bad. Ice-T's reaching for the joint. Leppy drops it, and he's like, what? He grabs onto Ice-T's hand.
Oh, God, yeah.
And says, knock, knock.
And I know! Fucking Ice-T! Ghetto motherfucker. Badass guy. Is like, he's going for knock, knock joke. He's like, who's there?
Gold.
Gold who?
Gold finger.
Gold finger.
And he breaks off Ice-T's hand because it has one of his gold rings on it. Breaks off his finger. And says, you better go find those guys and get my gold back. And Ice-T goes running off. Like, I'm going to kill that fucking leprechaun. As his fingers ripped off.
Fucking Ice-T is doing knock-knock jokes with a leprechaun in a bathroom while smoking a joint. What is...
Yes! Fuck yeah. I feel so much better now. I love that part. Well, Leppy walks out and he's pumped up, but there's some fucking stagehand who decides to try and stop Leppy and fuck with him. Leppy, knocks him back with his force powers, and when he does that, he bumps into some equipment, and hip hop comes on, and Leppy's like, "Ooh, what is that? What's that? My ears here. Sorry, I can't even talk." And the guy's like, "What? It's rap." And he's like, "Ooh, rap? What's this rap?" He's like, "I'm gonna wrap this pole around your head." And
it's a mic stand, yeah.
And he tries to hit Leppy with a mic stand. Leppy stops it, grabs it, and Leppy has
powers,
unexplainable.
He's a leprechaun. He's Superman. At this point, I just go with
he electrocutes him so much with green electricity
I love it. It's like the fucking Emperor from Star Wars.
Yeah, with green electricity, killing the guy.
And in this one, in this movie, which they didn't do in the previous movies, Leprechaun's magic, he shocks, he sends electricity through the mic stand, which is like electrocutes the man, and it winds around him. But then it turns the man's the eyes turn green.
Yeah.
Too, which is like, okay, but you never saw that in that's new for this movie.
Yeah.
But that comes back a lot in this. Lots of green eye effects in this movie.
So the following day, we see our trio of rappers. They're at a pawn shop, trading it, getting a bunch of new equipment and making a deal to get more money.
They're trying to scam the pawn shop owner with a guitar that supposedly...
That already happened. I already skipped over that part.
Oh, okay.
I already skipped over that part.
We skipped that part?
Yeah, I skipped that part. Because now they have the gold. They're going back to the pawn
shop.
Oh,
yeah, now they're pouring off the gold. Yeah.
Earlier
they tried to pawn off a guitar that was supposedly signed by
Jimi
Hendrix. I'm still Lenny Kravitz. Jimi Hendrix. They're like, yeah, he signed it in 71 at Funkapalooza or something like that. Like Jimi Hendrix died in 1970, you idiots. And yeah. So it's supposed to be and they tried two different ones. They tried the black guy one, and then they go to the Chinese guy,
which
Chong.
Is very racist.
So racist.
I'm Chow. Get out now.
Yeah.
But get your black asses out of here.
But Chow, when he comes back later in the movie, has an awesome scene where Chow dances. He busts the move, which is hilarious.
It is pretty good. But he makes a deal with the pawn shop owner, Jackie D. So Jackie D. So he's gonna get all the equipment and $500. While they're bartering back and forth, Postmaster P stole the flute from Ice-T when they were robbing him. Which I forgot, I neglected to mention. He did get the flute.
Yes.
So Postmaster P's holding the magical flute and he blows it. He has his back turned to the people bartering. But when he's blowing the flute, it's kind of silent, kind of a weird, ominous noise comes out. But the three people, there's, Stray Bullet, Butch, and Jackie D, all turn with their mouths open, just staring at Postmaster P. But Postmaster P doesn't see this, stops blowing, and they all kind of snap out of their funk. So they got their gear, and they decide to head on over to Chow's, the guy we just talked about. And this is that scene, Marshall, where they're buying, I guess, like party favors. It doesn't exactly clear what they're buying, but they're buying.
I don't remember what they're buying.
They're buying more stuff for this show they're going to be doing. And as they're describing how they're making the big time, Chow now is like, "Oh yeah, you guys make the big time? Boy, Chow can dance in the background for you. Yeah. He has good moves. He nasty ass. He got good moves." Fuck, it's racist. I feel so awkward just saying that right now.
Yeah, it's so racist, but it's. I giggled a little bit at Chow.
And during this time, Chow's like backing his ass, like, "Oh, I back ass up," and he's doing. Well, that was before that
song. It was before "Back That Ass Up" came out, but he's trying to dance like that.
He's doing dirty dancing. He gets like Chow gets down.
Yeah, Chow gets down.
So yeah, again we see Postmaster P blow the flute again. This time he notices them kind of stare at him in a haze, and he's like, "Okay, something's going on with this flute." The trio, and that's,
Dead air! All right. Aaron lost his place in his notes.
Totally did, but yeah. So they're talking about going to the show the next night, and we cut to them at a party. They're actually sitting on the roof looking at the party. They're not actually in the party. They're at a roof looking in at the party.
Are they like a roof across the street?
Yeah.
It's like why are they always on the roof? Like, I don't understand how you always see this in a lot of movies, especially like ghetto movies or like
movies set in the hood.
Yeah, there's always people on rooftops. Like, I don't get how I don't go around hanging on rooftops. Like, you can't. So many rooftops are not that easy to access.
You are also a suburban dweller.
Not. I'm not. Yeah, I'm not a hood rat. I'm sorry, but still, it's like I know when you at your old apartment on Main Street years and years ago.
Yeah, I used to get on my roof. Yeah,
but it wasn't easy. We climbed out a window and crawled up. But like, I just like, why are so many people on rooftops all the time? There's like, it's not Batman. I don't get it.
But they're on a roof.
Yeah,
they're looking in at the party. They're talking about how they're going to make it big at their contest. You know, we got the equipment. We're ready to go. Holy shit, it's going to happen for us.
Did we talk about the contest? Like, the whole point of the contest was like, the winner gets to go to Vegas
and they compete for
like a record deal or like a lot of money or something.
We mentioned
like
that when the shit exploded.
Okay. I don't remember.
Before they can even give each other a high five or a bro hug, in comes Ice-T with his bodyguard, and he comes through a bunch of mist. And, of course, they think they shot him and killed him, so they're like, oh, they think he's like a ghost or something. And Ice-T is like, motherfuckers, where's my gold flute? And everyone's like, what the fuck you talking about? What the fuck you talking about? No one knows what he's talking about, except from Postmaster P, of course, who's not saying anything. He's like, motherfuckers, you better give it to me now. Either I'm going to shoot you or you're going to jump. And there's behind them, they're about 2-3 stories up.
Yeah.
They're saying they don't know what he's talking about. Ice-T gets so pissed, he's like, fuck it. He goes to shoot him, but his trigger finger has been ripped off.
Yes.
And because, I guess he just forgot about that?
How do you forget about that? First of all, you don't forget your finger's been ripped off by a leprechaun in a bathroom. And second, why would you hold your gun in the finger that you know has no trigger finger?
And as he tries to pull, he's like, my trigger finger.
God damn it.
And drops the gun. This gives him, our 3 rappers enough time to jump over the side and land in a dumpster so perfectly and make an escape as the bouncer or Ice-T's bodyguard takes a couple of shots at him.
Yeah. Not
hitting him. Yeah. They all rally back up. He's like, what the fuck was he talking about? What the fuck was he talking about? And Postmaster P's like, he was talking about this, and pulls out the gold flute, to which they're like, why didn't you give it to him? He goes, I was scared.
That's another reason they give it to him. Like, I hated this. Like, I'm sorry. Like, at this point, Postmaster P hasn't completely 100% understood the power of this flute, and doesn't, like, I'm sorry. If you're being threatened, and the only thing this guy wants back is the flute, he doesn't care about the gold and everything else you stole from him. He's like, give me my flute back. I'm like, oh, yeah, here you go. Here's the flute back. It's because, first of all, it's not like some fancy, elaborate bedazzled flute or anything like that, gem encrusted. It's just this dinky looking metal thing that looks like a piece of crap. Like, yeah, take this back. Here, tear it. Happy. Take it. Leave us alone. We're done. We're good. Why would you hold on to that thing and be like, I don't know what it is, and risk your life and your friend's life over a piece of tin, basically?
It looks like shit.
It looks so shitty.
It looks like
all
shit.
the gold and everything you stole was worth, just on surface value, is way more than that.
Right.
Now, granted, when you find out what it does, I see where the value comes from, but he has no idea what that is at this point in the movie. And he's like, yeah, here, take it, gone. It's like logic, like, it kind of upset me. Like, just give him the goddamn flute. And it solves your problems right there. You still have your money. You still have the gold. You bought your equipment. You still can go play your little contest and win it. Right. Or whatever. You give him back the fucking flute, and you get him off your tail. Anyway, go on. I'm done. I'm sorry.
So, when that happens, Leppy, he's looking for his gold. He's looking for his motherfucking gold.
Of course he is. That's what he does. That's what leprechauns do.
Gold. And this is a weird thing because and I forgot to mention this before, when Postmaster P first blew into his flute.
Yes.
Leppy seemed to be alarmed. Like they cut the Leppy.
It's like a dog whistle.
Yeah, and he he looks up and he's like, oh, someone's blowing a whistle. But he's surrounded by bitches.
Yes, he is.
All with sunglasses on and gold dresses.
Yes, his demon bitches.
And we don't know why. We don't know why. We don't know what's going on.
Never explained. No. Never. But I think they're I think they're supposed to be like undead or something. But never explained where the hood harem McCarran comes from.
No, he's in the club. He's surrounded. He's got like 4 or 5 of these girls around him. All with sunglasses on.
There's at least 3.
And he's just like, someone's blowing my whistle. It's like, what the fuck is going on?
Yes.
This had to have been a longer scene. And it's just poorly edited.
Well, there is a scene where he summons his undead bitches from somewhere. He's like,
that's later.
Is that?
Yeah.
I thought that was this one because there's 3 of these, and they're wearing gold dresses and sunglasses.
Yeah, but this is the first time we see him, and it's like he's just sitting there going, "Oh, someone's blowing my flute with these ladies around him." Fuck. But anyway,
Leppy's a baller, man. He's up in that VIP champagne room.
So our 3 boys escape. Leppy then cuts to Leppy, who goes to Jackie D, who is the guy who has the gold.
Yes,
he has some of the gold. Excuse me, I'm burping from when the guys bought the equipment. He talks to Jackie D, and Jackie D's in the alley holding a samurai sword, of course.
There's a pawn shop owner, so yeah. There's normally those he probably has in a pawn shop.
And you know what? I was okay with that.
Yeah, I mean, we know they have in Pulp Fiction, didn't they?
No shit. No shit. So he's like, get out of here. What are you, you're part of a gang? What are you, one of the shrimps? Get out of here. So he shoos Leppy off, and Leppy's like, tuck tail and runs. It's kind of weird. The next scene, he's driving. We see Jackie D driving down the street, and he stops because there's a lady in the street who's dancing in a circle, smiling really big. And he gets out and goes, "Is that Jackie C?" Jackie C. She's like, Jackie D.
Jackie D.
So is there a Jackie A, a Jackie B? Their mom and dad. So he's like, I haven't seen you in so long. How'd this happen? You look so beautiful. I've missed you. How is this possible? And she's like, don't worry, baby. So I love you.
I'm guessing Jackie C is supposed to be dead or something.
Right, or she ran off.
Maybe it's like Spice Girl. Like there was Mel B and Mel C.
Maybe.
Yeah.
So he's like, I love you, baby. I miss you so much. He's hugging her, and then he pulls back. Her face is all rotted.
Yeah, kind of zombified.
He's like, oh no! And then we cut.
Oh no!
We cut to Leppy, who's in the trunk of Jackie D's car.
The trunk. How did he get in the trunk? We never see it. He's just there.
And we just hear Jackie D getting killed as Leppy's like putting his fingers in his ears, going, ooh.
What the hell? What is happening?
Then we cut to Leppy confronting Chow, and basically it's a really quick scene where he just grabs Chow's face. It cuts. Chow screams. It cuts away, and it's showing stuff on his walls. And his walls has got weird Asian like weirdo stuff.
Well, yeah, because the very first scene in Chow's pawn shop, Butch is like picking up like these jars of like things that like infamount, like a dead a
fucking
foot,
monkey's paw,
like something in a jar of liquid, and Charles like, put that down, you don't touch that, or something like that.
So we see. Doing that. Yeah, I know shit, right?
so yeah, they do a zoom up and they pan up to the shelf and we see like a foot in the jar and then a hand in the jar and then Chow's head in the jar.
Yeah. So Chow got it too.
Chow got it.
Chow
mein.
Chow mein. Chop sueyed.
Chow
got chop sueyed.
That's right. He's chop sueyed.
We cut to the trio. They go to the grandma's house, Postmaster P's grandma's house.
Who's blind.
Yes, thank you. She is blind. It's a pretty quick scene. Basically, this is when Postmaster P tells Stray Bullet.
Is it Postmaster P's grandma? I thought it was Stray Bullet's grandma.
I think it's Postmaster P's bullet. It's Postmaster P's grandmother.
All right, I thought it was Stray Bullet's. But
regardless,
I guess it doesn't really matter.
No, it was. So Postmaster P is telling Stray Bullet that this has the flute. The reason he didn't give it away is this flute has superpowers, some sort of powers. He tells Stray Bullet to put his fingers in his ears. He blows it, and of course, Butch gets put in that trance, and he's like, see, he's in a trance. So he tells Stray Bullet about the crazy powers of this flute. We still don't exactly know what powers it does other than to just slightly distract people.
Yeah, it basically is like, look, it's got powers. I blow this, and they're like, huh?
Look, he's distracted.
It's like they just stand and stare. It's not like they go in and can like become like your slave or they do anything. They just stand there with their mouth open like a dummy for a few seconds. Like, yeah, that's the power I need. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, come on.
So because they don't want to stay at
Granny's house,
they decide that they're going to shack up with Fontaine Riviera, who is a transvestite prostitute.
Yep, indeed.
Yes, you heard it here, Moon Goons.
God, I love this movie.
So
it's so ridiculous. Oh my god, it's bad. It's been so crazy up and down. And then you get a fucking transvestite prostitute thrown in the mix, and these people are like, oh, that's just Fontaine.
That's just Fontaine.
Like, which is weird because I give him credit for like being cool with it, but like I'm thinking like, come on, this would have been made in 98, 99. The world wasn't as woke yet back then. Like especially in the hood, black people are very
yeah, sure,
like notorious in the hood, like anti, like fuck you gay, like all this anti-gay shit, and they're like, oh, that's just fine. And for them to have the balls, like I guess put a transvestite prostitute
ahead of the game, baby,
ahead of the game, man.
Ahead of the game. Yeah, because Fontaine is she's like I'm gonna use her proper terminology. She's like, yeah, you guys can stay here. That's fine.
But does she go by she? Because not all drag queens go by she.
That's true. But she does talk about how she needs to get an operation.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All
so
right, okay.
Well, I think she wants to be
I missed the operation part.
Yeah.
I missed that. So then, okay, she.
Yeah.
All
so
right.
it's
we'll go she.
But fuck, this place is huge.
It's gigantic.
I know.
This is supposed to be like the ghetto,
dude. It's such
I've never seen something like that.
This place would be like $1 million a place in St. Louis.
This is like West Hollywood, LA.
Dude,
this is not ghetto.
Huge
Compton.
place, brick walls, everything's finished, nice furniture. Dude, the bathroom is gigantic.
Yeah,
it's so big, and I'm like, wait a minute,
how big is it?
It's big enough for a transvestite prostitute to hold an orgy to pay for it, I guess.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. So they're on the back porch.
She must be a good fucking prostitute.
No
she's one of them high end. She's not out there on the street corner. She's an appointment only one.
Craigslist, baby. Yeah. So they're on the back porch talking about, they're like playing their hip hop record. They're playing their tape, like, yeah, we're going to make big changes. We're going to make big changes. And one of the neighbors is like, turn that shit off. And just
people are trying to sleep here.
Throwing bottles at them.
Yeah.
And everyone goes running off except for Postmaster P. The neighbor goes back inside. Postmaster P blows his magic flute. The neighbor comes back on and goes, you can go ahead and keep playing. Yeah, you can keep playing. Cut. Next scene. It's a fucking party.
Fucking party!
Up in here.
Up in here.
Jesus Christ,
My God.
It's this giant party. They're performing. They were rapping. Fontaine's dancing in the background.
I have an issue with this. And this becomes a pattern from here on out. So I'm going to say it now. The whole point of them going to Grandma's house, then Fontaine's house, and then they go somewhere else after Fontaine's house, and maybe even a second place. I'm not sure after that. But the whole time they're saying, we got to go somewhere where we can lay low. We got to lay low because we got Mac Daddy on our ass. We got this crazy leprechaun on our ass. Everybody's after us to kill us for this flute. We got to lay low and hide. They're doing the exact opposite of laying low.
They're throwing a rager.
They're throwing fucking mad house parties. If you're trying to lay low, you don't have fucking Kid and Play style house parties going on. Jesus Christ, man.
I love Kid and Play house parties.
These guys are idiots. Like, you
don't.
There's no point for them to perform right now. Like, save it, get to LA, do your performance. This goes. I actually got mad. It's like, we're good. We gotta lay low. Let's have a fucking house party. Like, you tell me the hood, which is, by the way, as a painting in this movie, a very small community. Like, everybody seems to know everybody because they're getting
very tight.
They're also getting from one spot to another in a matter of minutes. So, like, word is passing very fast that they're having house parties. And you don't think Mac Daddy, the Moogle who seems like owned the entire ghetto,
he's got his finger on the pulse.
He's gonna find out about your little house party or the Leprechaun. Like, it's just it's so ass backwards.
Well, maybe there's a little bit of reason, to your concern, because after the party winds down. Guess who shows up? Shows up to the party. It's the Leprechaun, baby. Leprechaun shows up to the party. Party is all fizzled out. Leprechaun does run into Fontaine Riviera.
Fontaine?
Looks at Leppy.
I love that name, though.
And just goes,
it's a great name.
It just goes, yeah, you look about the right size. Why don't you come on in, baby? And seduces Leprechaun.
Yeah, you're the right size for me. Like, really? So Fontaine is a transvestite prostitute who I guess has a fetish for midgets?
It's awesome.
Because, like, why would you, most women are like, talk about size, like, oh, you're right. Is she gonna, put all of Leprechaun in her? Is that what the size? Because, a Leprechaun dick could be very, very small. So, unless you're gonna, shove the entire Leprechaun up your ass.
Fontaine Riviera takes Leprechaun by the hand.
Yep.
And leads him to the bedroom.
This is happening. This is happening in this movie. It happens.
We cut back to our three rappers talking about how a great party was, how they're doing so good, how they have that. Now we kind of have an idea that this flute has the power of influence.
Yeah.
Kind of influences people. So this is why Mac Daddy became such a big hip hop mogul. This is going to make us huge hip hop stars.
I mean, at this point, I get it. Like, when they explain, they do a better job of explaining it, but they don't do a good job of showing it.
Yeah.
Because when they, instead of what they should have done when they blow the flute, instead of having people stand there and try like zombies, they should be do something where, almost I almost Love Potion number 9 type.
Yeah,
stuff,
or just hey, you guys want to hear this record?
Yeah. They're easy to
hop on one foot. Okay.
Yeah. They're easily not subjectified, but
influenced,
mm-hmm. or I'm gonna go real geeky here and D&D. It's they're under the charm spell, where they instantly they like you, but they, instead of just saying zombies not doing anything, they don't do a good job of showing the effects of the flute, but instead they have to explain it, which at least they explain it better, but still not a great sign of writing when they should have shown it better. Because if you should, in movies, you need to show it more and not
explain it. Yeah,
more.
don't tell us.
Yeah, you need to show us.
Right.
So
we will tell you because we're a podcast.
That's
you can
what we
show
do.
it in a movie.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Well, let me tell you what happened to fucking Fontaine though.
Oh, Fontaine.
Fontaine Riviera, when she takes Leppy dick in there, Leppy's not treating her good because you start hearing we should think maybe he's getting treated good.
I'm sorry, that sound.
As I know, it's more cawing.
No, it wasn't cawing, but for you guys won't hear this in the finished audio, but we have a little bit of an echo in our headphones right now as we do this. And the way you did it and that echo effect, it reminded me. You're shaking your head like, what the hell? I'm sorry. it reminded me of the weird ass sounds we hear in Tourist Trap, where the man goes like those weird.
Oh yeah, it does sound like that.
Yeah, and it's like, and it gave me this shit like, that's Tourist Trap right there. But yeah, you hear Fontaine going like making sex.
Yeah,
noises.
making sex noises, and of course, like, why would the three guys go and investigate? But they do.
Exactly.
This is a transvestite prostitute.
Yes.
Guess what? He fucks or she fucks for money.
But
this
at
is
the
what he
same
does.
time, you know it's a dude with another dude. Like, why do you want to? Do these guys maybe have some homosexual
Who knows?
undertones going? Like, why would you want to go watch two dudes fucking if you're like straight? It's weird.
It's
I'm like, let him do his thing. I'm
Yeah.
sitting here. I don't need to go look at that. I'm fine.
They go to investigate, and they open up the door, and they look, and you just see legs in the air.
You see Fontaine's legs
in the air.
Her hands are gripping like the headboard, like
And there's kind of a blanket over him a little bit.
But it's one of those headboards where
Yeah.
it's like a bunch of bars.
Right.
It's like and she's holding onto the bars, legs up in the air. Leppy's on top.
Looks like Leppy's going to town.
She's getting pounded on.
Right. Looks like Fontaine's gone to Pound Town.
Yeah. Well, Leppy's going to Pound Town.
They close the door and they walk away, but later we see it's actually Leppy under the covers, like slashing up the neck and killing Fontaine.
Is it though? I think Leppy banged her, then killed her.
Could be.
Why were the legs up in the air like that? That is a sex position.
And
if Leppy's just on top slashing her, them legs ain't gonna be up in the air like that.
And I gotta say, Fontaine Rivera is not a small guy.
Not small at all. Fontaine's bigger than anybody in this movie.
He's thick as a Snickers.
And not like just big. Like he's like the actor's got like Terry, like boom. He's got some
thick.
muscle.
He's
big dude.
Thick boy.
But you can tell there's muscles there.
Yeah.
So Fontaine was getting banged by Leppy. Because, again, if you're getting attacked and slashed, why would you be holding on to the headboard like you're in play? That's something you'd be defending yourself against. Not legs up in the air and hold on to the headboard like... Fontaine was getting ass pounded by Leprechaun before he killed her.
At least he went out on a high note.
Exactly.
So the boys are like, okay, that's fucked up. But they look back and Leppy has exited the room and they're like, oh shit, Leprechaun, it's the Leprechaun. And they go run into the biggest fucking bathroom I've ever seen. Huge fucking bathroom. They're hiding and they're like, oh shit. This is when Butch comes up with the concoction of taking a heating pad.
Again, Black MacGyver, man. This is the ultimate Black MacGyver move. What? What the fuck?
And he takes this douche gel. He takes like a certain kind of like feminine product gel. He sprays it onto the heating pad, and he says combustibility plus electricity equals flammability. So the plan is they have it plugged in, but the plug is controlled by a light switch on the wall.
Yes.
So the plan is when the Leprechaun comes in, they'll throw the switch and set him on fire, which is exactly what happens. Yep. They're like, hey, Leprechaun, you got a little dick. And they close the door. Leprechaun comes in, kicks down the door. As soon as he steps on the pad, they throw the switch. Poof! Leprechaun goes up in fire.
Full body midget burn.
Yes.
So props to that midget stuntman.
That maybe a first. I don't remember any other Leprechaun
I can't
movie.
think of any other full body midget burns that I've seen.
So, yeah, pretty good. They go.
I gotta say that's a niche industry market if you can get into if you're a stuntman. There are not many midget stuntmen out there, so there you go. If you're any midgets out there listening, dwarfs, I don't know what the proper PC term is now, but man, you want an industry where you'll get a lot of work.
Little person.
You need a midget stuntman. That might be like the only one. You have tons
not a
of
lot.
work.
Yeah. So the boys go take the three rappers go running off, and they go to see Sanctuary. They find their way into a church, and they decide to stay the night at a local church.
Yes.
The next morning, the church pastor, Reverend Hampson, he strikes up a deal. He basically says, "What are you boys doing here? You need to get out of here." And it's like, "We need Sanctuary." And he goes, "What? You guys are performers? You guys are rappers? Well, how about I make a deal with you? You guys can stay here if you can perform a song." So,
because apparently, like the
musical act is canceled.
Which how many? I'm sorry, I know it's a church, but how many churches have musical acts? They have a church choir.
Have you been to a black church before?
They have choirs, which are there every Sunday, but not like I don't think they book concerts and incoming acts that do a thing.
So
Grant, I've never been to a black church, but I know they're famous for their choirs and all that stuff, but I've never heard of a church that brings in outside acts for a church.
Years ago, I went on a youth trip, right? I belonged to a youth troop.
I remember this. Yeah,
We went to
St. Paul's back in high school.
Washington, D.C., and we stayed in the fucking ghetto. The fucking ghetto.
I remember your I wasn't there. I was right, but I remember you going on this trip.
But we stayed the night in the black church a couple nights, and we would serve at, they had service on Sunday. And yeah, they had the fucking full band. They had a drummer, guitar player, bassist, people singing.
Aren't those members of the church?
Yes,
that's what I'm saying. They have the people in the choir and the music are normally members of that church. You're not bringing in like fucking Hootie and the Blowfish to perform at your church or something like that.
Why the fuck would you go Hootie and the Blowfish?
Because Darius Rucker's black, I guess. I don't know. It was the first outside band that popped in my head. I don't know. It makes no sense. I'm sorry for that. I'm sorry.
Podcast's over.
I don't know any Christian band. Okay, Creed. You don't bring Creed into your church in the ghetto. You have your church members that are in the music group. But yes, it's ridiculous. So, hey, our band canceled, so you guys can stay here if you perform a song during the service in the morning. Like, okay.
That was so funny, though. That was so funny. So, regardless, they're like, okay, yeah, we'll perform. They're on stage performing, and they're doing a hip-hop version of Jesus Loves Me, Yes I Know. And then he'd say, because he has a fucked up hoe. And then the congregation's like, what the fuck? We're out of here.
And his mother's name was Mary. So, and then something else offensive or weird.
It's like Postmaster P's trying to be the good one and straight bullet.
He's singing the part like Jesus loves me, this I know, for the Bible tell me so. And his mother, and then straight bullet
trying to rhyme it, but he's rhyming with all offensive stuff.
Yeah, horrible stuff. Yeah,
they're fucking up, and the congregation's leaving, and the Reverend's getting pissed, and he wants to fucking throw him out. Sorry,
Jesus, man, you are. God damn it! What is wrong with you?
I'm like Nachos McWerewolf over here.
Jesus, that's wow.
So anyway,
what the fuck is stop?
Postmaster P, he doesn't want their congregation to leave, so he starts blowing his fucking magic whistling flute. They all come back, and then next thing you know, they're doing a great fucking job.
It's a fucking party.
It's a fucking party again. Everyone's having a great fucking time.
Again, this is what I'm talking about. If you're trying to lay low, you just turned a church service into a fucking house party concert. Everybody's up on their feet dancing, they're rapping, and they're not even at this point, I don't know if they're even doing church stuff anymore. They're just rapping their own music. And then in from the front door in the back of the congregation walks in fucking Mr. Gangster Paradise Fantastic Voyage himself, motherfucking Coolio, who I guess was just walking down the street, decides, hey, I'm gonna pop into this church, and he makes an appearance. So fucking Coolio's there watching and jiving along as these guys are rapping up front in front of a church.
And they just stop and go, hey, is that Coolio?
And Coolio's like, uh-huh. Yeah, what up? Yep, and he's bobbing his head along.
And that's it.
That's it. What? What? I need a fucking Little John sound like what? What?
Holy shit.
Fucking Coolio out of nowhere. Who I guess, like I said, just walking the streets of some ghetto, just pops into some random church. Hey, what's up?
I heard this music. It's happening. Fuck.
Fucking Coolio.
Oh,
Jesus
God.
Christ.
So yeah, that happens. So afterwards, Mac Daddy and his bodyguard, they show up. They show up and they start pursuing the trio upstairs in the building. Also, the Leprechaun arrives. And during, there's chaos ensuing. Please help me out with this part because I don't know exactly what happens.
Okay, I'll try, but at this point, I'm getting...
So the Leprechaun arrives, and during the chaos, he kills Mac Daddy's bodyguard. I don't exactly remember how.
I think there's two kills in this movie that are very, very... It's basically the same kill. And I don't want to give it away. The second side. The preacher kill,
is
I know.
Coming up, yeah.
And it's pretty much the exact same way that I think the bodyguard dies, because there's almost two identical kills in this movie.
Yeah, I think he like slashes his neck or something.
I don't remember that, but I think it's the same way he kills the preacher, but I could be wrong.
Yeah. So the three of them, the bodyguard gets killed.
The preacher gets killed.
The three rappers barricade themselves in Reverend Hampson's office while the leprechaun prepares to break down the door. He's like smashing in the door. When he's smashing in the door, the three like wheel a safe up to the door.
Yes!
And this kind of goes back to the lore.
This is number 2. It's like the writers and directors watch number 2 and say, let's just steal this because we got nothing else because we're shitty writers. Let's just
It's
steal
exactly what happens in number 2.
It's the exact same shit from number 2.
So,
the exact same setup. Move up an iron safe behind the door and then open the door. And when he comes through it, he'll run into the safe.
Which is exactly what happens.
In number 2. And it's the same thing that happens in this one. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you that goddamn lazy?
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
Because he comes running in. Sure enough, they catch him in there, rendering him powerless.
Oh.
The trio make a deal with the Rev to watch the safe while they travel to their competition so they can get to Las Vegas.
Yeah, hey, Sheriff, or hey, Preacher, can you just watch this killer leprechaun in the safe while we go do this competition in Vegas? Don't mind, even though this is all our fault, but we're going to put it on you so we can go rap in Vegas.
Well, you bros brought in Coolio, so you can do whatever you want.
You brought Coolio to the church, so I guess I owe you one.
You can do whatever you want.
What the fuck?
Here, take my car. So, sure. So
take your collection money, too, while you're at it, and just, whatever. What the fuck?
The trio leaves. Excuse me.
God damn, you're burping.
I can't help it, man. Drinking beer. I gotta drink beer. Once they leave, this is where there's confusion. Because the wrought iron fence is supposed to cause...
Wrought iron safe
to be supposed to render him powerless, or at least trapped.
It's supposed to.
He somehow summons one of the fly girls.
Yep. This is where he calls his undead fly. He's like the undead fly girls or the fly undead girls or something like that.
Zombie fly girls. That's what I wrote down.
He literally says fly girls though.
Yeah. He summons one of his zombie fly girls. She comes and she starts seducing
the preacher,
Reverend Hampson, who's just like, "You're full of sin. I can abstain." He's like, she's like,
some like to lay on hands.
Yeah,
but I prefer tongues.
Yeah, I speak in tongues. My guest is speaking in tongues.
And he does it. He literally and he's like, what? Oh, what the fuck?
And he is not an attractive man.
He is not.
He's all of 300 plus pounds of just dark meat. Not trying to be racist, but just he's just a very dark man.
Yes.
So, and while he's being seduced, I guess another fly girl lets Leppy out of the
I don't know. I don't remember that.
Know,
he's just out.
Because Leppy's now out, and while he's, trying to fucking make the beast with two backs with the fly girl, here comes fucking Leppy and bow!
Well,
he shoves his hand through his chest and out the back, and it's a little grinding. He's like, ah! And then pow! Yeah. Shoots through the front.
Now
the Reverend's dead.
He's not actually having sex with her.
No, he's not.
So they're just
seducing him. He's seducing him.
Yeah. She's being seduced by him too. And this at one point again where we see she pulls her sunglasses down and we see the green. She's got green eyes again. So we see that.
Yeah.
And then Leppy punches through the preacher and like through his heart or something like that, and his hand comes out through his chest. I'm sure he says some cheesy one-liner about preacher or a heart or something. I don't remember what it is, but he says something. In standard Leprechaun fashion, and then I think it cuts away again. But that's why I think he kills Mac Daddy's bodyguard the same way, because there's two. I know at some point 2 people get punched through the chest. Now I don't remember if couldn't remember if it was Jackie D or the bounty, but there's 2 like fist punching through
chests. It had
chests.
to have been. It wasn't Jackie D, because Jackie D got killed off screen.
It had to be the bodyguard and the preacher.
I just don't remember it. It just But
I thought I remember it.
There was just so much weird shit happening so fast. I
vividly remember thinking, they used the same kill twice, like really in this movie, like that's weird,
really close together,
really. That's so I know that, so that happened.
So, all right, we cut. So Reverend's dead.
Leppy's free.
We cut to a rapping trio finishing up their audition in LA, and they're getting off stage, and they're like, yeah, the crowd loved this. Oh my God. Everyone's just going crazy. They're just like, yeah, what's the name of their group? We don't even know.
I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't even remember him hearing about it, but they did great. They fucking killed it. So they go backstage, and some fucking white guy dressed like a pimp walks back. He's like, you guys, you boys did super duper.
I thought he was just in a suit.
No, he was like he had a fucking fur coat on, a goddamn top hat, and a cane.
Yeah, but I know he's the white guy. He's like, I'm the owner of this record label.
I'm a part owner of this rap record. You guys did super duper. You know, he's just nerdy white guy.
Yeah, it's a racist movie. It's probably some Jewish guy or something like that.
Yeah. So they're going to go to Vegas. They're like, yeah, high five. They're all celebrating. They're all pumped in the back room. And all of a sudden, there's Leppy. Leppy pops up. Leppy's like, give me back my fucking flute. Give me my flute. He uses Stray Bullet's Stray Bullet pulls a gun and points at Leppy. Leppy uses his force powers to point the gun at Butch's face.
Yes.
And says, I'm not playing around. Give me my flute now. Finally, they do give the flute to Leppy. Leppy's about to leave. Stray Bullet still gets his arms control back. He's about to shoot Leppy. Leppy turns, takes the gun, and puts the gun to Stray Bullet's face. Cut to black screen. Boom! You hear a boom.
Yeah.
Then we cut to a really weird scene where they're outside in an old fucking car.
Yes.
And Postmaster P is at standing outside the car.
This is so strange.
And in the car is the dead body of Stray Bullet.
Yes. Like in the driver's seat or the passenger seat.
And he's like, I'm going to get revenge for you. What happened here?
And then like, maybe I'm exaggerating. This is what I thought happened. I was thinking they set the car on fire, but they don't. They just leave Stray Bullet dead in the car, so somebody else will find him, and at least sooner or later somebody will find the body and he'll get taken care of. Like, that's how you treat your friend? You just leave him in a car hoping for someone to find him at some point in time? So what the fuck, man?
Leppy managed to make Stray Bullet kill himself.
Yes.
So then they managed to gather his body, get out of the club, which is packed with people.
Exactly. How did they get the body out of the club without being seen? Like, what is it?
Into the car and then drive away and say, we're going to get revenge for you, brother.
They get him in one car. They have to get him in one car, drive away, go to the spot, and then find leave him in some other, some abandoned car. Whose car are they leaving him in? Because it's certainly not one of theirs, or they he'd be like, why is there a dead body in your car? We ran your plates. It's your car. What is happening? If he's a suicide, okay, get the body out, whatever, or just leave him there and write a note like, I couldn't take with the pressure. I committed suicide. Whatever, but obviously you can't say, well, the Leprechaun did, because no one's gonna buy that. I get that, but don't leave your friend, your homie, your brother lying in a fucking car in an alleyway somewhere where he may never be found for God knows how long. That's just shitty. It's terrible. So terrible. These are shitty friends, man.
Well, it's about to get even weirder. Because when they vow to get revenge for him, Butch comes up with this plan.
Yep.
He says, hey, I found out that Leprechaun has taken residence up in the Golden Parrot and has been luring prostitutes up to his lair who eventually find themselves never coming back down.
Yep. Leprechaun's getting that pussy, but he's not letting them go.
He's pounding that puss, but I don't know.
They never come back.
They never come back.
So
Butch decides, we're gonna disguise ourselves as women and as female prostitutes.
We're gonna take a playbook out of Fontaine, or a page out of Fontaine's playbook.
Yes. Fontaine Riviera was the inspiration of this plan.
Yes, he was. She was.
I'm starting to think maybe the writer-director might have a...
There's a lot of cross-dressing.
There's a lot.
For a ghetto hood movie, there's so much cross-dressing. It's the last thing I expected.
I know! So Butch kind of dresses like a madam. Like he's like a frumpy fat one.
This I don't. Oh, we gotta talk about it because my God. Okay. Sorry, we got. Whew, okay. Okay. So Postmaster P, he gets dressed up. He's wearing the dress. He's wearing a fucking blonde wig, which one is weird for a black dude. Black to wear a blonde wig, but whatever. Blonde wig. He's at least looking like a girl. Butch
makeup, perfect,
fine,
like skimpy little outfit.
Butch is wearing a little bit of makeup with some lipstick and a dress, but no wig. He clearly looks like a dude.
And he's got a fucking mustache.
And a mustache. He doesn't shave his mustache. He's got a little bit of a fro, not much of a fro, but like he's curly hair.
Jerry curly.
Yeah. Why is Butch not wearing a wig too? Like, what? Huh? He looks nothing like a chick. Is at least putting a wig on is at least trying. You know, he clearly doesn't look like a girl either. But, oh, what the fuck? And what's even funnier, okay, this is an odd little connection. This is weird. You're going to hate this reference, but I'm going to make it anyway. I started going back because I was bored. And I started playing the old Final Fantasy VII again on PS4 because I was like, oh, cool. I love this game. It's one of the best games ever made. You hated that fucking game. But the funny thing is, like, by the time I was playing this, I was playing through the scene where in the storyline, Cloud, your main character, has to dress up like a girl to gain entrance to Don Corleone's mansion, which is exactly what's happening in this movie. The dude has to dress up like a girl to get access to the pimp's mansion, basically. Leppy's, and I was like, oh, wow, that's fucking, crazy coincidence that these are going hand in hand.
Yeah.
It's shout out to Final Fantasy VII. All you guys love that because that game's fucking awesome. And for you younger folks who don't know what that game is, you are missing out. It's a great game. Anyway, let's go back to Leprechaun 5.
Yeah. Back to Leprechaun 5.
We're back.
We're back. Jesus Christ. So yeah, they go the Golden Parrot and somehow get past the Fly Girls.
God, I love that. The Golden Parrot. It sounds like such a shitty,
of course,
like a strip
perfect.
club. Oh, I love it.
And they get access to the floor where Leppy is sitting back in a lair smoking tons of the bomb.
The bomb.
He's just smoking joints. And Butch is like, oh, here's the new girl. Here you go. And Postmaster P goes fucking stumbling in his high heels. And he's like, hey, smoke some of this. And they start smoking weed together. But I forgot. Oh, fuck. I forgot to mention. The plan was and God damn it, I'm so mad at myself. Butch says, okay, how are we going to overpower Leppy? Well, we're going to smoke him out with this.
The super joint.
And he pulls out a joint, and Postmaster P's like, what do you mean a joint? It's a joint mixed with four-leaf clover.
Oh, how did we forget that? Yes, because where do four-leaf clovers grow in the ghetto? Where do they find a four-leaf clover in the ghetto? What?
I don't care.
And first of all, in the first movie, at least, they find Laura that says, oh, 40 clovers. There is, up until this point, there is zero mention of four-leaf clovers or how that's like the Leprechaun's kryptonite. That's his weakness. It's none of the backstory lore of Leprechaun that we've seen in the previous movies has been mentioned at all in this movie. But now all of a sudden, Butch's like, oh yeah, 40 clovers, dude, totally got.
Doesn't matter, Marshall. You got the information. Don't you remember where you got the information from?
The internet? I don't know.
It was a Leprechaun for Dummies book.
Oh my God, that's right. Holy shit. Because when I saw that, I laughed. It's a Leprechauns for Dummies book.
And he found out that leprechauns are weakened by four-leaf clovers.
Oh, they have a for Dummies book for everything, man.
Man, those fucking For Dummies book.
Man, whoever came with those is ranking in bank.
Well, they were.
They were. And then
the fucking internet ruined it.
And then the internet came along.
Ruined everything. Oh my God. When I saw that, I laughed out loud.
Really, Kevin? Lawyers for Dummies?
I laughed out loud.
That's a League reference for anybody who didn't get that one.
So, Postmaster P administers the marijuana joint laced with four-leaf clover, knocking Leprechaun unconscious. They steal the flute, and they race downstairs, but here's Mac Daddy, and Mac Daddy's pissed. Mac Daddy's like, give me the flute. There's a scuffle, and bang! He shoots Butch dead.
But this time, not only is it Mac Daddy, he brought with him the Daddy Mac, and their clothes are reversed. I'm sorry, I'm getting a little drunk, and that's a stupid crisscross joke.
Jesus Christ. I'm having enough trouble holding on.
I know. I'm sorry, but I was like, I was trying to figure out Mac Daddy, Daddy Mac. But anyway, one of them's dead now, by the way. I always forget if it's Daddy Mac or Mac Daddy.
Suicide.
Yeah, sad. Sad.
Yeah, it is a bummer. So
he ain't jumping anymore.
Jesus.
Sorry.
So the Leprechaun starts waking back up, and Postmaster P, even though he just saw his friend get shot and killed by Mac Daddy, decides to join an alliance with Mac Daddy.
Yep.
Because Mac Daddy has the amulet saying,
The
I
enemy
can
of my
stop
enemy
him.
is my friend.
Yeah. So,
The enemy of my leprechaun is my friend.
The Leprechaun, Mac Daddy's like, let's join forces. I'm sorry, I second this. Mac Daddy's like, let's join forces. Postmaster P's like, you shot my friend. Leprechaun wakes up. Leprechaun's like, fuck you. Postmaster P refuses to join. Leprechaun commences the final showdown. I have a horrible note. Let me read you what I say. So I'm trying to say, Postmaster P has offered to join alliance with Mac Daddy, who brandishes an amulet, the only thing that can stop the Leprechaun. Postmaster P refuses, just as Leprechaun regains consciousness and kills Mac Daddy. Pop, 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 takes a few shots. Mac Daddy gets shot a few times. The Leprechaun commences a final showdown with Postmaster P. Over the flute.
No limit.
Somehow, Postmaster P successfully outsmarts the Leprechaun, and somehow the fucking thing goes flying in the air again.
The amulet, the medallion.
And we see I'm so sorry, I'm butchering the ending here. And the ambulance coming down towards Leprechaun. You were doing
pretty well up to this point.
I know, I just fell apart.
Like,
and this is probably when I was falling asleep.
You're like the Cubs, man. You choke in the big time. Fuck you, Cubs. No, I'm sorry.
Down comes the amulet. We cut the screen. The screen goes black. We hear Leprechaun scream.
Yep.
Fast forward to the future. It looks like Postmaster P has made it onto the big time as a solo artist.
Yes.
He's got a suit on, sunglasses, light show.
Yeah, did we explain what happened to Butch?
Butch got shot and killed by Mac Daddy.
Okay, Mac Daddy. I was saying, did we explain it? Because in their
horrible description.
Yeah, I couldn't remember if we talked about.
Really
Butch gets killed.
Day. So, Postmaster P's got a crowd going crazy. Everyone's going nuts. Light show. He steps off stage. He's starting to walk away. He takes off his sunglasses, and we see his eyes are glowing green.
Yeah, he got them green eyes.
So you think he's under control of the Leprechaun. We cut to the Leprechaun, who's sitting in the crowd, kind of like up on a little throne?
Yeah.
Or in like a VIP booth.
Surrounded by champagne room, man, by his golden bitches.
And he's like, oh, he's a #1 hit. He's a gold record for sure. And roll credits. And then during the credits, Leprechaun raps. Sure. With fly girls dancing around.
Fucking Warwick Davis rapping with his zombie fly girls. And oh, wow.
Man, I butchered that ending, but fuck it. That's Leprechaun 5.
That's Leprechaun 5 in the hood. Thank you, Aaron. Let's move on to...
You completely threw me off with Mac Daddy, Daddy Mac. And I'm just like...
Oh, you're blaming me?
And I'm like, he showed up? I don't remember that part. What the fuck happened? And I'm like, my brain just went... poof. And everything just stopped. The hamster wheel stopped. The hamster died. I'm like, I don't know what to do.
All right.
Because I was honestly like, they did? They showed up?
They did? I don't remember that. Wow. All right. Well, I apologize if that was the case, but let's move on to this week's favorite kills.
So many wonderful kills to choose from, but you can only choose one. Them's the rules, Puddin'.
All right. Favorite kills. I will say I'm kind of disappointed in the kills in this one.
Leprechaun actually usually has pretty fun
some
kills.
fun, kind of creative, but this one just kind of lacking.
In #2, they had the guy on they had his...
The go-kart.
Yeah, the go-kart, which was awesome. They had the guy he wished for the pot of gold that appeared in his belly.
Yeah!
And Leprechaun...
And then even though it was in silhouette, there was the guy in the garage who got like some kind of saw or something ripped.
It was the... lawnmower. He like walks into the
Yeah,
lawnmower.
it was something. It was something. Yeah. Like,
So, and number one, there was also pretty cool. The pogo stick.
the
kill.
pogo stick. That's the only one from really number one. Number one did not have a lot of kills. Almost everybody lived in that one.
No, they didn't. But still.
But number two, and then Leprechaun. Yeah, Origins. Origins had some bloody ones, man. That's like the sword panel splitting the dude in half. There are some great kills in not Origins. Returns. Leprechaun Returns.
So this one was kind of weak.
Yeah, disappointed in it. So what do you got, man?
I like the Reverend getting killed because the whole setup with the fly girl, the Reverend being a fucking perv, going out speaking tongues, that whole scene, then Leppy smashed through his back, and it's at first he's going, ugh, and then he finally punches through because he's a thick boy.
Yeah, and that's think about how much he had to go, because first
That's
of all,
a lot of shit to go
Leprechaun's
through.
arm is like not that long.
He's up to his goddamn shoulder.
Like you'd have to be like halfway, like more than sure. Like he probably had his whole body in the punch through. Like he's a thick man for a tiny little arm to get through. That's a lot of work. But
So, I appreciate the effort.
yeah.
Favorite kill.
You know what? Honestly, I'm probably going the same way with you. I'm going the preacher as well, because like there wasn't much to choose from. And some of the kills could have been good, but again, you didn't see Chow, you didn't see Jackie D. They just cut away to those
off-screen kills.
Yeah. So I'll go preacher as well on
And
this
then
one.
like Mac Daddy gets shot.
Yeah, some shooting kills. So yeah, I'll preacher as well. So let's move on to the odds and ends.
Hey, where do you think you're going? Mr. M and Mr. A ain't done yet. Here comes the odds and ends. Now sit down.
All right, ratings. We got IMDb gives it a 3.7 out of 10. Rotten Tomatoes gives it a 30% on the thermometer with a 32% audience score. And Amazon gives it a 3.8 out of 5. Plot keywords. There were 34 plot keywords. I wrote down 4.
Rap?
Rap, hip-hop, that was on there. Pimp, ghetto, cross-dresser, and troll. You want to know what not, if I remember correctly, what word was not a plot keyword? Leprechaun.
Interesting. And troll
But
was?
troll was! Like, troll? Like, they don't even say the word troll in this movie, I don't think. That's fucking weird.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes no sense. So trivia, not much. I got 3 minor things to say that they're kind of pointless, but of all the Leprechaun movies, this one had the closest release date to actual St. Paddy's Day.
Yeah.
This is the last entry in the franchise that was released by Trimark, the Trimark brand. And this is the first film in the series where the Leprechaun is not killed in the end of the movie.
Huh. Yeah, he doesn't die.
Yeah.
He wins.
Yeah, Leprechaun wins.
Leprechaun wins. He possesses Postmaster P and becomes a hip-hop mogul.
Hip-hop mogul. Yeah, so unfortunately, that's all I got for trivia this week. So that brings us to 5-star reviews.
5 stars? 5 stars? These loonies must be crazier than I am. Lock 'em up.
Now, 5-star reviews. We have 41 total reviews on Amazon.
Wow.
50% of those 5-star reviews, of those 41 are 5-star reviews. That's a lot for this movie. That's a lot. So, we have from Joe in Chicago. He writes, Ice-T's career finally makes sense. Can you think of a better explanation than a leprechaun's magic flute? Because I can't. 5 stars.
Well said.
Ken, I really liked it. Kept me in suspense on the edge of my seat. Was also funny in some parts. 5 stars. From Don's review. This is in all capital bold letters.
Okay, great.
Leprechaun 5 was a great movie that was seen online. Thank you. 5 stars.
Bold even.
Yeah.
Capital and bold.
From Cheetah Egg. The best movie about a leprechaun in the hood ever. 5 stars.
Fair enough.
Fair enough. Yeah, exactly. From H. Davis. All leprechaun movies are 5-star in my opinion. 5 stars.
Okay.
From Will Rogers. Probably the perfect film. We ate fancy... First of all, you don't eat wine, but we ate fancy wine and stinky cheese and enjoyed the shit out of it. Highly recommended for film buffs, film lovers, art students / geniuses. 5 stars. From DGK199. By far the greatest movie I've ever seen in my entire life. I think everyone should purchase this movie. 5 stars. Last two from Crystal Pollock. Quite possibly the greatest movie I've ever seen in my entire life. Leprechaun in the Hood peels back layers that few other films do, making incredibly bold statements on race and class struggle and the institutions that's perpetuated. While it certainly isn't pleasant to face the uncomfortable, harsh realities that this film presents us, it becomes apparent to any viewer that some sort of change must take place. Rob Sparrow was a genius ahead of his time, and frankly, still to this day, as few films have paralleled the introspection that he brings to the table. A true masterstroke in every sense of the word. 5 fucking stars. And lastly, from a name I can't pronounce, it's like Ethan Pankhurst, is the funniest and most amazing movie of all time. Whoever says it's bad probably liked the Emoji Movie and watched it twice. He's amazing and the best actor and plotline ever created. I read that correct, guys. It makes no sense. God has shown us what life really means. 10 out of 10 would watch it again.
I like that saying. 10 out of 10 would watch it again.
So that brings us to our final thoughts, our final views on Leprechaun 5 in the Hood. Aaron, what do you have for this week?
So I feel like Leprechaun in the Hood was a hodgepodge of several movies. Of course, the Leprechaun movie being one.
Yeah.
It felt like it also had a bit of juice / don't be a menace to society. Like, if you've seen Juice, yeah.
I think I saw Juice once, but I don't be a menace to society while drinking.
Yeah.
Wait, don't be a menace?
No, just don't be a menace, menace to society.
Okay, I thought you were saying don't be a menace while drinking gin and juice in the hood.
Say,
I thought that's where you were going with that.
Like Juice, like Menace to Society, Boys in the Hood. There was a mix of that.
Okay.
There was a mix of CB4 in there too.
That's a great movie.
You have the comedic, like there's the comedy side with
the
like
bad
the
rappers
rappers.
Who try to take, yeah.
And then you have just a dash of RuPaul's Drag Race thrown in there. And you get fucking Leprechaun 5. It's such a fucking weird movie. Ice-T kills it. I have to say, whenever Ice-T's on the camera, I'm fucking thrilled.
Yeah.
I wish there was more Ice-T, but it's not like he didn't have his. It's not like
he had his moments. He
was there enough.
Yeah.
I understand he's the big bill, so you can't have him all the time. For a lower budget movie.
Straight to video, yeah.
Yeah, so I get it.
I should look at the timetable because Law and Order SVU has been on for like forever. Like it feels like The Simpsons, but I don't remember if this was before he landed that job on SVU or after.
Probably after.
It might have been after. Like I said, that show's been on forever.
Probably before.
I think it's before too.
Well, this was 2000.
Yeah, but SVU's been on for it's like The Simpsons, man. That show's been on forever.
So, but fuck it, I liked it. Go to hell.
You know what? Going into it, I was like, this is gonna be absolutely terrible. And let's be honest, in all respect, it probably is.
Sure.
I mean, everything you listen to this episode now, so Ice-T, cross-dressers, leprechauns, it's crazy shit.
I can't even finish it right.
Yeah, but at the same time, I'm saying I never in a million years thought I'd say this, but I'm saying. So bad it's good.
Yeah.
It's stupid. It's so stupid. It makes no sense really, but god damn, I was like, it's got enough to it that it kept me entertained.
Yeah.
I was like, Ice-T does kill it. He's got some great lines. There's enough nonsense, ridiculousness going on that I'm entertained.
And it's like Ice-T comes in right when you need him.
Exactly.
Yeah. You're just like, fuck, okay, the movie's starting to get a little...
He might not always be there when you call, but he's always on time. He's right there when you need him.
Yeah.
Yeah. So bad it's good. I never thought I'd say that. I did not think I'd say that about this movie, but so bad it's good. Watch it at least once. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's a fun little ride.
It's so dumb, but it's so fun.
So that takes care of that for this episode. Thank you very much, guys, for listening. We appreciate it. We love you all. Remember, if you are a Patreon, or if you're not a Patreon, I should say, join our Patreon so you can get all the results of our Horrible Horror March Madness Tournament of Awfulness updates as we are doing that through this March, because we're the only March Madness left. There is no March Madness anymore except for ours. So if you got to crave it, get it from us and get in now in the voting.
Because I'm sure all these listeners are huge sports fans.
They might be. But your voice is heard. We're look for the second round 2, the Shitty 16 should be starting hopefully this upcoming Wednesday. So this would probably, we're recording on Sunday. This should be posted on Monday. So look for Wednesday starting soon to get round 2 started.
Tuesday, Wednesday. Yeah.
Yep. And in the meantime, guys, you know the deal. Watch more horror movies and remember to always keep it tight.